Got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me, respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet.
Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I shot my wife in the stomach with 38.
Why did you do this?
She enticed me and she ridiculed me throughout my lifetime. I'll see if she's alive. She's alive? She's dead. I think she's dead.
Sensational.
And we're live. I think I should be coming through all right. I'm just going to check on my audio because the last time I used Streamlabs, what's it called? Streamlabs OBS. My audio wasn't coming through at all. We're live. I think I should be coming through all right. No, it wasn't that my audio wasn't coming through well. It was that I had a massive echo on it. It's flaming awful. Anyway, I've got something for you today. Which aligns with what I came out with yesterday, which was around the fact that nearly 50% of people in Great Britain, the UK, believe that feminism has gone far enough. We have reached peak equality. We are there. And in fact, we've gone further than that. Those 50% think we're actively discriminating against men. Now, what's interesting is something that's come out today that I have found. And this is from the Great British Broadcasting Corporation. So on the... Yeah, this is basically going to show that Australia is getting in on this act and is a little bit faster than the UK. Because an Australian art museum is being sued over its women's only exhibit. This is from the Great British Broadcasting Corporation. This was on the 20th of March. And this is something called the Ladies' Lounge. It is an exhibit at the famous Tasmanian Museum of Old and New Art. And it was introduced at the end of 2020. So it's been there now for nearly 3.5 years. And Tiffany Turnbull from BBC News in Sydney reports, inside Tasmania's famous Museum of Old and New Art lies a large emerald draped cube. The walls are thick silk curtains. Within them, a cascading chandelier hangs over a phallus-shaped velvet couch. That's interesting. And a checkered marble floor. Opulent gold accents everything. From the framed art on the walls to the furniture, women are ushered in and offered champagne by male butlers who live to serve them. But men are otherwise noticeably absent, turned away at the entrance. The Ladies' Lounge takes the concept of an old Australian pub and turns it on its head. It was only in 1965 that women won the right to drink in Australia's bars, Previously, they were relegated to dingy side rooms, if admitted at all, and often charged exorbitant prices for their tipple. I'm going to just take this as read. I'm going to assume that it's true. It's history. Theoretically, I'm going to assume it's true. I don't know whether it's true, but I'm going to assume it is. I'm going to assume that the BBC is not lying to us, nor is this journalist. So it wasn't until 1965 that women were allowed to go into Australia's bars. And so the exhibit, which contains some of the museum's most acclaimed works from Picasso to Sidney Nolan, was designed as a piece of interactive art intended to provide a safe place, as opposed to safe space, for women to enjoy each other's company while also highlighting the exclusion they faced for decades. Artist Kirsha Kachela, I'm going to pronounce her name like that, I have no idea whether that's the right way to pronounce it, Kirsha Kachela, calls it an essential space for perspective and reset from this strange and disjointed world of male domination. Apparently, in some people's minds, there is still a strange and disjointed world of male domination. And it's one which could now be taken away by a man. New South Wales resident Jason Lau has complained that the museum, known as Mona, is engaging in illegal discrimination. This week, the accusation culminated in a high-stakes court hearing, rife with drama and theatrics. Reparation or discrimination? Tuesday started with a large group of women dressed in navy power suits, clad in pearls, wearing red lipstick, marching into the hearing to support Miss Kachela. Mr. Lau, by contrast, dialed in without a fuss via a video link. He had visited Mona, long known for its provocative art, while on a trip to Tasmania in April last year, he said, and bought the $35, 18 British pounds or 23 American dollars, bought the $35, the Australian $35 ticket, expecting access to the whole museum. I was quite surprised when I was told I would not be able to see one exhibition. The ladies' lounge, he said. Here's a picture of some of the ladies. The lady on the left is Ms. Kachela, and the others are the very happy-faced ladies supporting Ms. Kachela. They look like something out of a James Bond movie, don't they? Kirsha Kachela and her supporters arrive at court. Representing himself, Mr. Lau argued it breaches the state's Anti-Discrimination Act. Anyone who buys a ticket would expect a fair provision of goods and services in line with the law. The museum agrees the exhibit does indeed discriminate. But it argued Mr. Lau hasn't missed out on anything. He experienced the artwork exactly as intended. In quotes, part of the experience is being denied something that is desired, said Mona's counsel, Catherine Scott. Women have often been sidelined from places of power or prestige, and the exhibit was inspired to correct an imbalance which existed at Mona, says Ms. Kachela, whose husband owns the museum. It excludes men, and I would be lying if I were to say I didn't find it titillating, she told the hearing. As the party sparred, the museum's supporters were somewhat stealing the spotlight. They had periods of complete stillness and silence before moving in some kind of subtle, synchronized dance, crossing their legs, resting their heads on their fists, clutching their hearts, or peering down their spectacles. One even sat there pointedly flipping through feminist texts and making notes. So you can see there's a lot of ideology within this. It's a very nice looking place, isn't it? Mona often makes headlines for its controversial exhibits. Apparently unperturbed, the parties continued arguing. Ultimately, Ms. Scott said Mona has a legal defence. The law, as written, allows for discrimination if, in quotes, designed to promote equal opportunity for a group of people who are disadvantaged or have a special need because of a prescribed attribute. See, this is an interesting bit. Where is discrimination now? Where is the disadvantage now? What is it that this exhibit, the exclusion of men, is trying to achieve? According to Nine, I've no idea what Nine is. I'm going to assume it's a broadcasting corporation. When asked by Tribunal Deputy President Richard Gruber to explain how the artwork does that, Ms. Kuchela said, "I have taken something that was used to keep women down, a pub, I'm assuming, and I have repurposed it into a triumphant space for them, women, feminists, put in whatever you like in those brackets." But Mr. Lau argued that section of the law was designed to permit positive discrimination, not negative discrimination. And this is the crux of the whole thing. Men being banned is negative discrimination. It's a bit like the working men's clubs, where men used to ban women from going in there so that men had a space that was solely for men. The working men's clubs could stay open after the decisions had been made, but they had to allow women in. Same with golf clubs and the high-end gentlemen's clubs. Exactly the same. No negative discrimination. He wants the lounge to either be closed or for it to admit men. So, don't follow the law and close down. Follow the law, stay open. Nice and easy. Alternatively, he says, men should have to pay less for a ticket than women, something the museum says it will not consider. And I don't think the law would consider that either. This is quite a binary decision. Are you following the law or not? If yes, there is no case. If no, you lose and there is a case. After Mr. Gruber reserved his decision for a later date, still to be determined, according to this article on the 20th of March, the museum's posse left as conspicuously as it came in, dancing out of the building in a conga line as one woman played Simply Irresistible on her iPhone. Art imitates life. Look, even this shows the women as completely bland and having no smiles whatsoever. They are... it's awful. It's a very negative, uninviting, unfeminine, horrible painting or sketch. Speaking to the BBC the day after the hearing, Ms. Kuchela says the case felt like the art coming to life. The exhibit was supposed to spark debate, yes, but has the spirit of a harmless, practical joke, she argues. Oh, okay. All right. That the discrimination that happened up until 1965 was in the spirit of a harmless, practical joke. It's a practical joke to only have men going into the pubs, into the bars. It's harmless. How could there be a problem with discrimination? Discrimination isn't a problem, it's just a joke. That's not exactly a legal argument, is it? It brings up very serious and interesting conversations, but there's also something... English, motherfucker, read. There's also something light-hearted about it. Women delight in it, and most men, I think, enjoy it. They find it funny. Really? Oh, this is the same thing as feminism. I mean, men have just gone back and gone, yeah, that's wrong. It's wrong that women don't have equality. We accept this change. We completely accept it. We want women to have exactly the same rights as men and responsibilities. We are in this day and age, ever since the whenever, how far back, when men said, yes, this is wrong. We have to change this. Men did it. Men took it on. Men accepted it. Doesn't mean they can't have a sense of humour where they take the piss out of somebody for something. That's called comedy, which happens every day of the week in a theatre. That's funny. Having a laugh about something, having a laugh at yourself, having a laugh at others while poking fun at yourself and your own stupidity. That's comedy. This isn't comedy. This is just discrimination. This is like segregation. This is, yep, white people not allowed in here. No whites allowed. No whites, no Irish, no gypsies. What the fuck? What is going on? The men have to sit at the back of the bus. Not funny. Ms. Kajela says she is amused but not surprised by the men who are genuinely upset. They're not genuinely upset. They're saying you're doing something illegal. You are breaking the law, and somebody has brought a case against you. Though she hastens to add that Mr. Lau has been pleasant and impressive. I think people might want to villainize him, but he's actually really lovely. What does his case say about the themes the ladies' lounge invokes? Like male entitlement and the patriarchy, though. Really? What male entitlement? This is all about female entitlement. This is all about the matriarchy. This is active, negative discrimination against men by women. And the only reason they think that they can get away with it is because no one will do anything. They'll all see it as the joke it's meant to be. But some people don't see it as a joke. They want equality. Equality is important. Ms. Kachela responds, well, I think it speaks for itself. Ms. Kachela has indicated she'll fight the case all the way to the Supreme Court if needed, but she says, ironically, that perhaps nothing could drive the point of the artwork home more than having to shut it down. See, there's some interesting bias and nuance within this article, because she doesn't have to shut it down. She just opens it up in line with the law. That's all she has to do. Open it up. Everyone can enjoy it. It can still be called the ladies' lounge. It's not a problem. It can still have a massive phallus-shaped sofa in the place. It can be painted in whatever colours that it likes. It doesn't have to be shut down. If you were just looking at it from an aesthetic standpoint, being forced to close would be pretty powerful. You're not being forced to close. You're being told that your discrimination is illegal. And you have choices. You can choose to close it down. Or you can choose to open it up. So that was on the 20th of March. And we've now just had an update. Today, 1 hour ago on the 9th of April, Court rules women's only exhibit must allow male visitors. By Hannah Ritchie, BBC News. Is it the same lady? No, that was Tiffany Turnbull. This is now Hannah Ritchie. Men will soon be allowed to enter a women's only artwork in Australia following a high-stakes court case over the matter. That sounds like they've made a decision then. They will not close it down, but they will allow men in. Good. Good. That's what courts are about. This is the right decision has come out, and there will no longer be discrimination. The Ladies' Lounge exhibit at Tasmania's Museum of Old and New Art, Mona, sought to highlight historic misogyny by banning male visitors and introducing current misandry. After being denied entry, a man sued for illegal discrimination, which he won on Tuesday. Tuesday being today. We are deeply disappointed by this decision, a Mona representative said. The Velvet-clad lounge, which contains some of the museum's most acclaimed works from Picasso to Sidney Nolan, has been open since 2020. It was designed to take the concept of an old Australian pub. I mentioned that in all the other stuff. Jason Lau, a New South Wales resident who visited Mona in April last year, was one such male who was refused entry at the door. Representing himself throughout the case, he argued that the museum had violated the state's Anti-Discrimination Act by failing to provide a fair provision of goods and services in line with the law to him and other ticket holders who did not identify as female. That's interesting. Identify as female? Can you identify as female? Because that's a sex. You can identify as a woman, even if you're a man. Some people might disagree. Anyone can identify how the hell they like in terms of gender. I don't give a damn as long as they're an adult. But sex you can't change. So I don't know how you identify as female or as male, as opposed to being female or male. It doesn't make sense. Anyway, I will gloss over that. The museum had responded by claiming the rejection Mr. Lau and others had felt was part of the artwork, and that the law in Tasmania allowed for discrimination if it was designed to promote equal opportunity for a group of people who had been historically disadvantaged. In his ruling, Richard Gruber dismissed the argument, finding that it was not apparent how preventing men from experiencing the famous artworks held within the Ladies' Lounge achieved that goal. The goal being to promote equal opportunity. Throughout the case, the museum's supporters, including artist Kirsha Kachela, who created the work, had used the courtroom as a space for performance art, wearing matching navy suits and engaging in synchronized movements. Naughty, naughty. Synchronized movements. Mr. Gruber said that while the behaviour of the women had not disrupted the hearing, it was inappropriate, discourteous, disrespectful, contumelious, and contemptuous. You can't say that about women. You cannot say that any woman's action... Of course you can. Yes, you can. Because we're equal. These are the types of things that have always been labelled at men. Women have... women are sugar and spice and all things nice. No, they're not. We're seeing the true nature of equality. There is diversity. There's different people or all these things. You do not need to have all these old stereotypes, sugar and spice and all things nice. You don't need them. You view people as what they show themselves to be. And if they are discourteous, disrespectful, contumelious and contemptuous. It doesn't matter what gender they are. It doesn't matter what sex they are. They are still discourteous, disrespectful, contumelious and contemptuous. I've got to admit, I've never heard of the word contumelious. I might be mispronouncing it. It doesn't sound very nice. I might have to look it up in a dictionary and start using it, but I'll probably have forgotten the whole word in the next 3 hours or something. Mr. Gruber's decision to allow persons who do not identify as ladies to access the exhibit will come into effect in 28 days. I gotta say, persons who do not identify as ladies. I mean, that does sound a bit highfalutin, doesn't it? Ladies! Ms. Kachela previously told the BBC the case had felt like her artwork was coming to life and signalled she would fight it all the way to the Supreme Court if necessary. But she also noted that having the Ladies' Lounge shut down could help drive home its intended message. Or it could just get rid of it. Bang, get out of here, you're not doing it. Yes, we don't care. Anyone and everyone can access public areas, especially if they pay. If you were just looking at it from an aesthetic standpoint, being forced to close would be pretty powerful. You haven't been forced to close. You have been told that what you're doing is illegal and men will soon be allowed to enter this women's only artwork in Australia. Anyway, that is today's story. Let's see if I've got anybody watching and any comments anywhere. Let's see. Is anybody there? Brojo's there. He's enjoying the beautiful day. Hello, Brojo. He's about the only person that's here. I think I've been shadow banned very, very, very quickly from this YouTube space, from the concept of YouTube. They haven't completely banned me, but they're certainly not telling people about what I am producing. So never mind. Right, I'm going to end it there. I'm going to say goodbye.
Say goodbye.
And I will see you all soon.
Got a lot of shit to say, so I'ma do this every day. I'll be writing things until I'm fucking buried in my grave. 6 feet deep under, but my body won't decay. Cause my messages are timeless, so they'll put them on display. Oh yeah, I rap with a certainty, I have a sense of urgency. A message for eternity, for everyone internally. I had some people burning me, but now they fucking learn to see I ain't the one to fuck with, now they looking nervously. And I don't really care what you think of me respectfully. You can kick rocks if you think you're fucking better, see. I will outwork you, turn you to an enemy. Hurt you so bad that you're gonna need some therapy. I got the motherfucking recipe. I've been cooking up hits, I'ma leave a legacy. You'll be looking small when you're standing right next to me. I'm 5'10", bitch, but I'm 10 feet next to me.
I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Cause I don't give a fuck what you say. Yeah, I'ma do shit my way. So you can go kick rocks, I'ma stack bricks up, build what I want to make. Yeah, I'ma do it my way. Yeah, I'ma do it my way.
I shot my wife in the stomach with 38.
Why did you do this?
She enticed me and she ridiculed me throughout my lifetime. I'll see if she's alive. You alive? Yeah. I think she's dead.